Welcome to one of the most beautiful settings in college football. Husky Stadium sits on the banks of Lake Washington, nestled between the Cascades and the Olympic Mountains. Fans have arrived by land and sea. It doesn't get much better than this. And wow, do we have a fun one here ahead. A top 10 team walking into the snake pit of an environment, just trying to get out alive. This will be fun, as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, against the 18th ranked team, the Washington Huskies. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The Sooners will kick this away to start us off. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And there's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Finds room at the 30. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Handoff heading left. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Looking to throw. It's Williams. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Gosh, I just love to watch this defense fly around. Great job here on third down. Look at it. You're on the road. Things are going against you early in the game, and you block all of that out, and you're running around with confidence making plays.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Can't connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the first down.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. That's reeled in. It's Anderson. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone.
I tell you what, you're going to load up on this running game, and you're going to leave your corners one-on-one. You better be ready when you take on Oklahoma. Think about all the receivers they've had over the years. Just off the top of my head, guys like CeeDee Lamb and Hollywood Brown, they get left one-on-one. They're going to make you pay for it. This receiver showing he's got the quicks to be able to win those one-on-one battles in soft hands. Good timing and a nice gain for the Sooners.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Grab behind the line. It's Sawchuk. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
This is not how you draw it up as an offensive coordinator. You got a first down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Sawchuk. It's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
The offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback, to give him enough time to find an open receiver. But there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. How about the speed of this defense? Now you're looking at a third down.
crucial third down play right here. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. Pressure is coming. The sack in the play could not escape the pass rush.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving you more speed on the field on that third down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. Now it's fourth down and long.
And he knocks it right through the uprights. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Huskies offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on fourth down in their end and got stopped. Looked over the middle, but it's incomplete. Getting set. Here's second down. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Extending the play now. He'll step out of bounds. Defense keeps that to a very short gain.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's third down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. Brought down at the 33, that's good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
Well, they run the ISO play, but the interior O-line just overwhelmed that time.
Yeah, give the defensive line all the credit in the world because they just manhandled this offensive line. They won the line of scrimmage. It's a very simple play. You should be able to, at the very least, get some positive yards here, but not when you lose the battle up front. That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
Back to pass. It's Williams. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
What a great job here by the receiver, Chris, just to come down with this football. I know he didn't pick up the first down, but now they at least have a chance here on fourth down.
Trying for a fourth down completion. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Looks like Washington will have the first down.
Just great execution here on this fourth down to keep this drive alive. What I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
Nowhere to run up the middle.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. The defense recovers the fumble. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the defense joins the party with a score.
Oh, it's your worst nightmare if you're a quarterback. They bring the blitz. He doesn't recognize it. Ball goes on the ground. Defense does a great job of picking this thing up. That's exactly what they hope for. Catch the quarterback off guard. It works out. It gets them a touchdown.
And the point after is good. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Fields it just outside the goal line. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first period of play.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oklahoma 10, Washington 0.
So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's an out route, the catch made. Tackle made at the 24 as they begin to put a drive together.
Great conversion here for this Washington offense and another first down. And I tell you, this guy's living up to the expectations of a Washington quarterback. They've had some great play out of that position over the years.
Using his legs, it's Washington. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I tell you, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
Tough situation for the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Scanning the field. It's Williams. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Whoa, talk about a big hit there. I think this guy holds on to this football at a critical 3rd down. If this linebacker doesn't lower the blow, great timing on that hit to prevent the PI call and to get this team to 4th down.
Makes the catch, and the offense will keep this drive going. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going. And the Huskies churn out another first down. They're going to run it. An explosive play moves the ball all the way down near the 25-yard line.
Boy, this guy is running hard today, right? I mean, you think about some of the backs that Washington's had. This guy's trying to say, hey, fellas, let me be added to that list of guys like Greg Lewis and Napoleon Kaufman and Chris Polk and Bishop Sankey and Myles Gaston.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Tackle quickly at the 10, but now the offense really threatening to score.
What a great route here by this tight end on 3rd down, and the quarterback does a smart thing by looking for the big fella. Who's your best friend on 3rd down? Of course, the tight end, and now we've got...
He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. But they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Sooners offense is back on the field. Had to reluctantly settle for a field goal last time now. Really want to find the end zone here. On 1st down, it's play action. Bringing pressure. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as a quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Went backwards on 1st down, so it's 2nd and long here from the 10. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with these defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
3rd down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. Defense is coming after him. He shreds the tackle. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down now. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. And the Sooners will bring their punt team on the field now. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Washington offense heads back out onto the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a second down and 7.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards here on 1st and 10.
Second down after that run on the previous play. To the air, it's Williams. He's moving out of the pocket. Using his legs on the scramble. Makes the catch downfield. He's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. The officials make the easy call. Quarterback was well past the line of scrimmage before throwing the ball. What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. Here's a wide open receiver, complete. Tackle made after a big gain. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking for some space. It's Washington.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
After the incompletion, the lineup here for 3rd and 7. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. He's going to take off. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. He steps out of bounds, a solid return, and a great play to set up his offense here.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Dropping back, it's Arnold. Pass caught. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards, sets up a nice 2nd and 2. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Pass caught, 2nd down now. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And he's going to get run out of bounds after a small pickup on the return. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Looking to throw it on 1st down. The pass is intercepted. Tackled after the interception. That would be the final play of this first half. A minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Huskies will kick it off to begin the second half. This one will be fair caught. And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. And a chance right away here in the second half to stretch the lead and build momentum. Let's see what this defense can do about it. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Breaking free at the 35. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
When they're throwing the football like this, it is really hard to defend this offense because of the timing of the quarterback with his wide receivers. Another good example of it there for the 1st down. Makes me harken back to guys like Sam Bradford and Jason White, their Heisman campaigns, and the accuracy that they threw the football with. Great example of that right here by this OU quarterback.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Hands off to the left. Breaks loose at the 40. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there on the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that 1st down.
That's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. Either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
Got a lane. Can he get in? And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield. That's why he got that ball to the end zone.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
Number 14, set to kick this one away.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Green. Solid coverage here. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. The Washington offense retakes the field here. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fist. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Short throw complete to the tight end. And wrap him up after the completion, just short of the 1st down marker.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Refusing to be brought down before gaining first down yardage.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48.
A really good ball here by this quarterback to be able to pick up this first down. And this guy is living up to the legacy of what Washington quarterback play has been for a number of years, going way back to Warren Moon and Mark Brunell, and more recently with Jake Browning, and, of course, the last couple years with Michael.
Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And the PAT is good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field. In the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. Fires it to the wide out. It is complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
Good catch just past the first down line to allow the drive to continue. It's a nice play by the quarterback and wide receiver there.
First and 10 now for the offense. He'll hand it off. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Boy, positive yards there on first and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on second and inches.
They'll run it here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Important third down play coming up. Can he get there on the ground? Fights off a defender. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now. Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. Here we go. Fourth down. They'll try to run for it. Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down.
Trends show guys that are continuing to go for it on fourth down. But what's crazy to me, Chris, is deep in your own territory to go for it on fourth down. It's a big risk, but it pays off here.
The Sooners pick up enough for a first down here. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so second and 3.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
And here's the handoff. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And it's incomplete. What is the final play of this period?
the end of the third quarter of play. Oklahoma 17, Washington 14.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. And the wideout goes in motion. After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. He's got it for a big gain. He saw them at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
The Sooners will have 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass, it's Arnold. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete that time, just out of reach of the receiver.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between the quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. You've got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, it's going to cost you.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the second effort there will earn him the first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Defense cannot get off the field. The long drive continues. It's a toss play to the right. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, setting the edge, a lot of times they'll rely on that offensive tackle to do the job at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes it's a tight end or maybe the H-back. But someone has got to set the edge of the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to go. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner and make a big play.
He's running out of time here. Looking to the end zone, but it's incomplete. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And he knocks that one right through.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And it's fielded. The returner trying to create good field position here. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And the Washington offense is back out on the field now. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient, precise. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Takes the ball and heads to the left side. Tackle up near midfield at the 48.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Handoff from the shotgun. He'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. In fact, the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And we've reached now the 2-minute warning. Sets up as a dramatic finish as this offense tries to grab the lead late here. Second down play coming up. Dropping back, it's Williams. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Boy, how many times do we see this late in the fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space in lanes, and he takes off and picks up a first down.
Looking for a gap, it's Washington. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies.
What a job by this offense. They work the ball down the field into the end zone to tie this game up. And with under 2 minutes to go, they're an extra point away from taking a lead.
The important PAT gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth quarter. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. The Oklahoma offense is back on the field. Last possession produced a field goal. Let's see what they can come up with this time. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Catch made across the middle by the running back. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
You know, it's a nice completion, but it's kind of another short game. The defense is keeping everything in front. I think the offensive coordinator's got to find a way to take some vertical shots to get some chunk plays.
Stopped right there at the line, no gain.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Critical third down play for this offense right here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Cannot connect, incomplete, and now 4th down.
4th down now, and defensively, you know, you're just asking these guys to make one more stop to seal the victory.
Down 1 possession in the fourth quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on 4th down. Looking to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it, a 4th down conversion. Drive stays alive. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going. On the ground, it's Sawchuk. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Arnold. Quick throw to the left. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after running for the first down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. And the single back takes the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Ball handed off. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And the defense takes the timeout to stop the clock with 28 seconds remaining.
Well, it all really comes down to this right now, Chris. You know, you're already in field goal range. You have a chance to maybe work a little bit closer. But let's face it, this defense, they're shooting those gaps. They're trying to come up with a loss of yardage, maybe trying to rip the ball out. Offense has to be incredibly smart with their play call and make sure you align that kicker where he's very comfortable to potentially hitting this game-winning field goal.
And the defense calling time here with 26 seconds to play. Offense will set up on 1st and 10. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, Oklahoma, to claim the lead here in the final minute.
Here we go. They take the lead. What an amazing comeback by this team and this offense. Now it comes down to, can their defense hold the lead with under a minute to go?
Offense is out there. They're going to go for 2 here. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he doesn't make it. The run is stopped short, so the lead remains 5 here in the 4th. So after the late score, they'll kick it off and hope the defense can hold up and preserve this lead. Return begins inside the 10. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Offense needs points quickly here, trying to dial up some explosive plays. Let's see what they've got called. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And it's complete downfield. And that will pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at 38. They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Let's it fly to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete. We're down to just 4 seconds remaining. We've got to get points quickly here. Looking for explosive plays right now. And throwing again on 2nd and 10. The pass rush closing in. And that last pass falls incomplete. That will do it. Game over. So this team is beginning to stack wins now against really high-quality opposition. You wonder what the ceiling for this group is.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is a football team right now that's playing with a lot of confidence. I like the way that they are progressing. We'll just have to see how far they continue to progress and where it'll take them.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.